All right, so like, how fly am I right now?
10 out of
1 to 10. I was about to say. Trying to think. So.
I like how my mind is wired because I have different goals than my coworkers and other people like that. So, I don't know. I think both are very valid, and I've forgotten the question, but it's every way of life is beautiful. These are new shoes.
Oh, sorry. No, okay.
When
I gotta get the shoes.
The black laces or the blue laces? What do we think? I can't decide.
I think both are fine. Both are cool. I like that.
So should I keep 1 and 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Word.
Alright, Kenny wanted to know what's your favorite type of cupcake.
My fiance?
No, what? Alright, so, if you could fight, either Van Gogh or Stephen Hawking, which one would you fight?
I wouldn't want to fight either one of those guys. They're both pretty pacifist. I wouldn't want to fight Van Gogh. Definitely wouldn't want to fight Van Gogh. Van Gogh is such a sweetheart. And I don't know much about Stephen Hawking and his personality, so I guess maybe him. Isn't he like a conglomerate billionaire guy?
No, Stephen Hawking's a scientist.
Oh, right. No, you're right. He's a disabled one.
Yeah, so which one? Stephen Hawking or...
Do I have to pick one of those two?
Yeah, Stephen Hawking or Van Gogh.
Stephen Hawking. I really don't want to fight Van Gogh.
Alright, so give us your name.
Wait, hair in the front or hair in the back?
It does not matter.
My name is Kasey. Full name?
Yeah, I guess.
My name...
whichever one you're comfortable with. Hold on, this is fucking truck.
Sure. Yeah, let's just go to the countryside where there's no noise. Okay. Hi, I'm Kasey Deschler. Nope. I run it back. Okay. Pretend like the camera's not even there. Type shit.
Yeah, you're just having a conversation.
Yep. We were having a really normal conversation before.
Yeah.
So I'll just go back on that.
Okay. Name.
I'm so locked in. Hi, my name is Kasey.
Okay, Kasey. What's your role in Vantage?
Ooh, as everyone does, I wear many hats, but I just told our graphic designer what to do for 10 minutes, move the letters, change the colors, so graphic design stuff, and then I'll probably do some writing, some editing, some behind the scenes.
So, out of all the roles, which would you say, you gravitate towards the most?
That's a good question. I went to school for journalism, so I thought that I would want to identify with the writing aspect the most, but so far, graphic design has been my passion, truly, as Zameen once said, and I never thought I'd really identify with being a graphic designer, but I'm doing the work, so I gotta have the title.
Well, would you say, as time goes on, as you write more pieces, or as we actually get to the point where we start submitting our own pieces for, the first magazine, would you be comfortable saying you would want to, or would you see yourself, writing more, or would you say more graphic design?
Great question. Whatever we end up needing, I cannot see the future more than, a week, so who knows who's going to come, who's going to leave. We'll see where our team is at, and 3 months from now, it feels like so long, but that's when we'll be having our first printout, so we'll see what we need by then. I will just fill in any hole that we need. That's my goal.
So, speaking of, filling holes and roles and stuff like that, would you say, it's, what would you say, in the community of, Detroit, would you say, the magazine would fill?
Our magazine specifically, I hope that it just brings people some joy. I think we really need a lot of that right now, not just Detroiters, everyone across the country. So hopefully we got some of that, some inspiration, some creativity, some getting back in touch with yourself out of your phone. I hope that we can just kind of wake people up a little bit. And besides that, I know we want to be a big community resource, so getting out of your house and going to find where these artists' third spaces are, I think that'll be really important, and there's a hole in that for sure.
Would you say print media is done for, or at least not print media just as a whole, but just rather stuff like this is needed because of how like we were talking with Kenny about like how everything has become a lot more like opinionated or like based on like facts, so it's kind of like polarizing. So like, would you say that like this is like a good blend of like the two, where it's like it's kind of like bringing together like people and like, you know, like making sure that like everyone's voice gets heard?
Yeah, 100%. I kind of never thought about it like that, but like bringing people together does not mean we're all sharing the same opinion, not even close. It means that we're like respecting people's opinions who you don't agree with. You can read a whole opinion piece that you don't agree with at all, and you can talk about it with your friends, and you can start a conversation about it in real life and not online. So I hope that the print does that for sure. And I mean, online we'll do that too. So yeah, that's a really interesting perspective y'all talked about. I can't wait to hear Kenny's interview.
So, where do you see yourself like in the future, like outside of like Vantage magazine?
Oh no! I mean, let the truck pass. I choose not to think about things like that. Honestly, I feel like for a long time I looked too far in the future, and you can't even predict where you're going to be there. I love data. I think data makes things make sense to people. So who knows? Maybe I'll just completely pivot and be a data scientist for some private company. Maybe I'll be doing, I mean, the dream is nonprofit work and really just making an impact in whatever community I'm living in, but that doesn't pay well, so I'm sure that'll be job one, and then job two will be something that brings in some cash. But whatever I do, it'll be a community focus. I just want to be involved and let people be involved.
Well, that's actually pretty interesting. So I guess to rehash the question, since like, you know, you brought that piece of information up, since you're into data and everything, like would you say that like data and like statistics and things like that has kind of like ruined our sense of like community, because it's like so driven on like a machine of like, oh, like it needs to be like this criteria and this group and this like area of like focus or something like that? That's
really interesting. I think demographics, that way of measuring a city using just the demographics in the census in, you know, the beginning of a questionnaire that's like, what is your race, what is your gender, XYZ. Honestly, that I could see the argument for that being limiting, but I think other uses of data is like freeing. That is the crux of information, is like what is going on, what is actually going on numbers-wise in your community. Like I think data about money is really interesting. Where does money lie? I think data about I mean, yeah, even demographics data can be interesting sometimes, like seeing how many black restaurant owners there are in Detroit, seeing, you know, things like that. So you're right, there has to be an intention with using it more positively, and where it really matters, and where like the data actually is useful to the readers, and maybe not even useful, but inspiring, enlightening, just something more positive than bad. So yeah, that's interesting.
All right, cool. So let's like round this off a little bit. So like how do you take advantage of a situation?
How do I take advantage of a situation?
Take advantage of a situation.
I've been plotting. I think giving it as much as you can give, that's taking advantage of a situation, because like we're all busy people. We all have second, third jobs outside of Vantage, but we're making it work. We're taking advantage of the situation. I saw a post on Instagram that said, if you want to do some work on this, let's do it. Let's hit me up, and I took advantage of it, and I'm putting my all into it. So, cause it's just as much for me as it is for the people that I'm trying to make this for. Like I am getting a lot of joy out of this. I'm getting a lot of inspiration out of this. So selfishly, I'm doing all this for me, actually. So.
All right, cool.